My goodness, I haven't picked up my camera in such a long time, and all I'm gonna say, I'm gonna keep it under like 10 seconds. All I'm gonna say is that I've been sick again. Well, it's the same illness. It dragged on for almost a month and a half, and that's why I haven't picked up my camera in so long. That's why you haven't seen videos of me in a while. And then I took a small trip. I'm gonna give you a couple of life updates. Currently, we have a heat wave here in Washington, D.C. It's about 90, well, right now it says 95 degrees, which is sauna, in my opinion. Yesterday and today wasn't that humid, so you're able to stand outside a little bit. I don't mind the heat. Well, I do mind the heat, but I've said this before, the humidity is what really gets me. For 4 days in a row, it was so humid that it would really feel like the moment you step out of the door, you would open the door and step outside, you would feel like you're in a sauna. I don't know what that little haze is on the glass. It's not my lens. I tried to adjust it went away, so it's not my lens. Actually, that doesn't mean anything, because it could be my lens with a certain sunlight coming in or something. So yeah, it's been very, very hot and humid. A couple of days. We're gonna have a heat wave for another week or 10 days or so. We are actually headed to the beach for a couple of days. It's a last minute decision, totally last minute trip. Actually planned 3 days ago. Headed there with family for a couple of days, and I'm excited because it's the air show is happening. The Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds, I believe either one is having an air show. It happens once a year, so I'm very excited to see that. But it's going to be rainy every single day. Rain every single day. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Well, we all know that we can't rely on the weather app too much, because last time my sister went a couple of weeks ago, it said it's raining for 3 days in a row and it only rained one day. So fingers crossed the weather would be somewhat good for us to see the air show and just enjoy the beach a little bit. And yeah, so currently I told you that I'm getting an herb planter. It was going to be humongous, like 7 feet by 3 feet, something like that. And I looked online for almost like weeks and weeks for something good. I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, because I wanted it at least 9 to 10 inches deep, but everything I found was like 8 feet, 7 feet, 8 feet maximum. I found one that was 9 feet, but the return policy was horrible, so I'm like, I'm not even gonna try. But then it's either like 7 or 8 inches deep, or like 3 feet deep, like a full-on planter. I didn't want that. Finally, I found something that I really liked, but then it didn't have a shelf at the bottom. I really wanted a shelf at the bottom to just put all my literal planters, the things I'm not using there, and I couldn't find exactly what I wanted. So yeah, so Jimon said he's gonna build me one and it's almost done. It's almost like 90% done, and I'm very excited. So I just came to the paint store to purchase a paint for it. All the slabs need to be painted, so I just came to the paint store to buy a sage green exterior paint. Then I'm going to the nursery. It's my biggest nightmare to go to nursery on weekends, but I just have to, because it's been crazy. It's been raining here almost every single day, so we haven't been able to. We're finally getting our front yard done and the planter done, so I'm going to get some stuff for the planter, hopefully some herbs. I'll update you, but the things I want to grow are mostly like herbs that I always use: basil, rosemary, thyme. Those are my top three ones that I use. I also want to try lavender and garlic and radishes, and maybe tomatoes. I don't know, with tomatoes they need a different planter, but we'll see what I can grow. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on what I do, and I'm excited to be back. I'm very excited to be back. My sickness was very bad. It was very bad, and and then yeah, I'm 100% unable to pick up my camera when I'm that ill. and my illness was like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10 every single day. I just was on bed rest most of the time, and the times I wasn't, I was catching up on real estate work, and it was just insane. And I physically and mentally and emotionally and everything, all of you, I just can't pick up the camera and talk because I don't want to have any bad vibe or bad energy on here. I always want to be positive, and I'm just not able to at those moments, those times when I'm going through those sicknesses. And also, I am back on my weight loss journey, so losing 30 pounds is still on the table. I've been doing it for a couple of days now, but I'll update you more when the time comes, when I'm sitting down and I'm not running errands. But let's go get some paint and some plants. So I told the guy I want something like sage green, and I think he nailed it. It's called garden sage, and these are also, I liked cypress, this one. But I honestly think he nailed it. I think I'm gonna go with that. Some of the other ones I like are like dusted olive, but compared to this, no, that has more like a yellow undertone. I really think he nailed it. That's it, I'm gonna go with that. I love it. Garden sage. All right, we're done. That was very fast and easy. That was hilarious because I walked in and I told the guy I want something for exterior and I want it for my garden, and he's like, do you have a color palette in mind? I'm like, yeah, kind of like a sage green for the garden. And he's like, I mean, we have a paint, it's called garden sage. I'm like, I don't think you could go wrong with the garden sage color, so I'll take it. I'll be able to show you more when I actually paint it, because it's kind of hard to tell when you're inside the store. The color of the lighting changes it very, very much. So I'll show you more when we're outside on like natural color. But I'm headed to the garden center now, to the nursery, to pick up a couple of boxwoods for the front of the house. A climbing rose, I don't know why I was going to say climbing rose garden. A climbing rose, because we want to put that in front of our house, and I kind of want like an English rose, climbing rose that you see in a lot of English homes and French country homes. They're kind of like dusty pink, very pale, dusty, rosy pink. Not pink, not hot pink. It's called a David Austin rose or Eden. It's also very, very similar to it, or New Dawn. And those are the three that I found. So maybe like we don't have any of those. And the good thing is that they bloom a couple of times a year. That's one of my favorites. When I saw that, I was like, yes, I want it. I want it to bloom a couple of times a year. It did say it takes a while to kind of like grow to what you want it to grow, and oh, they also grow about 10 to 15 feet, so I think that's perfect, because for what we're looking for, I kind of wanted to go like around my archway. I have a little awning and an archway, and I have 2 columns in front of my door, front door, so I kind of want it. And it's great because the ground where I'm planting the rose is right next to the right column, so, or left column, so it will kind of go up the column, go up the awning, and then come down the other column, which I think is going to look absolutely romantic and so incredibly beautiful once it gets there. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to get there. Hopefully not that long. And the herb garden is the herb planter is being done as we speak. Jimon's working on it in the backyard right now. So I'm going to get soil. I'm going to get some boxwoods for the front of the house, a rose, a climbing rose, and some herbs. I'm hoping I can find a rose because not everybody will have it, and I may just ask. I found a couple of places online, so if they don't have it, worst case scenario, I can just order something online. I've never ordered plants online. I can find parking. Oh, it's not that busy at all. This is like a dream village. And then they have, I thought they had a water feature. Maybe it's off. Yes, they have water running here. I remember exactly because it sounded like water and train. There's a pump for the water, and then there was like a little waterfall here. And then the trains, I don't know what happened to it. I don't know why the water is not on right now. I mean, I know I can't be that picky, but if I can get something like a rosy, dusty pink. Yeah, not pink, not hot pink, and not white. No. Let me show you a photo of it. I mean, I know I can't. You don't have a lot of options. Yeah.
This is the one, but the flowers are not big.
No, yeah, they're tiny.
They're tiny, so it's not like that.
Okay. Like this is exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
You know, and we had ones that specifically said climbing, and these are not like. That's a climb. You know, they're.
Yeah.
If you look, even if you look at this one, they're going to say. Climbing 2 feet. So it's
That's not enough.
It's not enough.
This is something I need like 10, 15 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we used to have those.
Okay.
But they're gone.
I'm late.
You're late. You can kind of see if these were the climbers if these were the ones that we had when they came in.
Okay.
And they're climbers, you know, they'd be up to 3 feet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they'd be up very tall right now.
And so they grow very fast. That fast.
They do grow faster because.
Unfortunately, well, they did have David Austin roses, but not the climbing ones. Unfortunately, the guy said you're very late, and it's very sad because, oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna try another nursery. Yeah, I'm gonna try another nursery because they may have it. So the thing is that it's sad because Jima and I were at a nursery 2 months ago when we first planned this, when we wanted to. I want to make sure. When we planned this, it was 2 months ago, and I saw a bunch of climbing roses and I could have gotten them, but our project wasn't done and we didn't have a place to plant them, so we're like, let's wait until this project is done. And of course a lot of things come up and sometimes you're not able to do the project right away. I'm hoping they have it here. Hopefully this place is open and we can go in, because sometimes they close at 5. Oh, I don't think they're open. Oh, no. Closed? Hi, are you guys closed? Yeah. Okay, thank you. I knew it. He's like, yeah. Like, don't you know we're already closed? All right, well, Rose can stay for tomorrow. We'll plant the boxwoods. Okay, I just got home and the table looks incredibly beautiful. Well, it's not perfect, but that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to look like something that it's been here for years. So that's exactly what she wanted delivered, exactly what I wanted. I didn't want it to be perfect like I just bought it from the store. I wanted it to be as imperfect as possible, and I'll show you what it looks like. But I've been put on paint duty, so I'm gonna paint it right now. Okay, so it may look humongous from here. It is humongous, but it's gonna be put right there on that wall between the grill and that chair. That chair is staying. And the sides look perfect. And it's gonna look stunning with the garden sage paint that I got right here. All right, here we go.
Now. Things just got so crazy from a simple maybe. It was a long way down. I just feel so heavy without you. Everything we were was just so pretty, pretty enough to almost make me blind. Still denying you.
Okay, so paint was done late last night, so I couldn't film. And Jimon's putting the liner, thank you, the liner in. Another day, another nursery, looking for climbing roses. I think the best would be to ask somebody, and also the guy yesterday said if we had any of the climbing roses that go up to like 10-15 feet, they would have been really, really high right now. All right, I'm gonna go inside and ask because it's 100 degrees today. I'm not exaggerating. It's a code red heat wave day. So we're advised to stay indoors, but I'm gonna be very quick. I knew they have a whole stack of roses that I didn't know of, so they put all of their climbing ones in the back so that they can climb because they have like supports and stuff. So I found New Dawn, and this is actually exactly what I want. It's the New Dawn, climbs 18 to 20 feet. The bloom size is large double, and the color is like cameo pink flowers. That's exactly what I want. So I'm gonna go to the other one as well just to see what they have. Holy moly, so I just came to the other branch of the other Maryfield, and look at how many roses they have from all the way there to all the way there. And inside this little archway there's even more roses. Okay, so I finally got all the herbs and vegetables that I wanted. Because I'm brand new, I went with only 4 vegetables. Well, 1 vegetable, tomatoes, but 4 different ones. The guy said if you need more you can always add more, but since you're just starting, and these are the ones he recommended because this is about a foot deep. And then I got some basil, sage, more tomatoes. Those 4 are all tomatoes, but different types he recommended. This guy was an expert in tomatoes. And 2 rosemaries in the back, lavender. This is what, thyme? Oregano. This is oregano. This is thyme. This is also oregano. And I got 1 chocolate mint and 2 mint grapefruit, which are so good in teas and just in salads and as garnish and just for anything, honestly anything, sandwiches. So I'm gonna get started and plant these, and let's hope for the best. Fingers crossed. I'm all done with this beautiful herb garden. I'm so excited. I hope it looks like this when I wake up tomorrow morning. Hopefully they all survive. I don't know. I asked a couple of people if I need to like protect them from birds and squirrels. They said no, unless you have like big tomatoes, then you need to protect them. But what? I already decorated the bottom. But he said you'll be fine with these tomatoes. So hopefully I'm fine. I'll do more research to make sure that I'm safe. And then I've labeled them like this for now. Just use their own label, but I'm gonna write them in my own little herb name tags or whatever. That is not nice. So as I was explaining before, my husband decided to soak me. It did feel good though. I'm just gonna have to do the same to you, and hopefully, not hopefully, you won't cry about it. Stop it, stop it. I'm already soaked.
Okay.
Stop it, Shimon, stop it.
Okay, what were you saying?
Stop it.
Your threats have no...
You can't see it in camera. You cannot see anything in camera. I'm soaking wet. Wow, you're right. Is that...
so filling me up. And that was the relationship.
Well, the beach was fantastic. Actually, the quality time, the family quality time was excellent, and we had an amazing time. It did rain for a couple of days. We had one sunny day, well, half sunny day, and the air show was canceled because of the weather. So yeah, but we did manage to just go out and do some family activity. And I think I got a couple of shades darker. I definitely got a couple of shades darker on my shoulders. I don't know on my face. I think I got on my face. So I wore SPF like crazy, but on my shoulders, especially the back, I can see the tan lines of my tank top. And on our way back, you saw, we ran into this beautiful garden center, and it was such an amazing concept because it was a garden center, a cafe, a restaurant, and a market. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was not a restaurant, sorry, cafe, market, and a garden center. It was like a nursery, and they had a cafe inside it. Beautiful concept. I love it. We should have a lot more people doing that, because if it was close to me, I would always go there. They just opened, so it still looks a little brand new. They opened like about 3 months ago, so everything still looks brand new, fresh. But I think in a couple of months, it will settle in and it will look so much cozier. And we also stopped at Ralph Lauren. I'm gonna make my bread while I give you an update on the beach trip because I gotta make my bread. We also stopped at on our way back at Ralph Lauren. Bought a couple of items, not too much, but bought a couple of items. They had I found a couple of really nice summer pieces. The knitwear, I really am in love with the knitwear at Ralph Lauren, but I couldn't find anything that I wanted, but the quality and the material were fantastic. It just has so many beautiful colors. I wanted everything. I wanted all the little cardigans. The blue one that you saw was like the cardigan I tried on. I wanted that in every single color. But they had very limited sizes. They didn't have all the sizes. And I got back to a beautiful, beautiful, my herb garden is still there, doing fantastic. Why is it sticking? Well, this is looking very different than norm. That's fine. It's very, very sticky. Usually it's not like that. All right, we will manage. I'm about to make some bread, and then I'm about to make some lunch. which I'm going to have some breakfast for lunch. I'm going to have some eggs with the kale that I got from the farmer's market. And it's raining outside like crazy, cats and dogs. But if I am able to, I will take you outside and show you the herb garden. If not, I will show it to you in the next video because it's been raining like crazy. It's been raining the past couple of days. By the way, I realized that this video, as I was editing it, is mostly gardens and plants, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Well, it won't be like this all the time because I'm in the process of doing a couple of things, as you know. My garden, my herb garden or herb planter, because it's not a garden, real garden. The herb planter, the front, I can say with happiness that I found the rose that I wanted, the exact rose that I wanted. So I'm very, very happy and excited about that. And it's called New Dawn, and I got a 3. The guy said, well, the guy at the garden center said this is already established. I don't know why I was bending down. You can see me fine when I'm standing. The guy at the garden center said this is already established one, and it was a lot more expensive than the other ones. So I'm really hoping that I was told the truth, because we know sometimes some misinformation can be spread around. So, all right, I got 2 timers going on for both of my loaves. As I was saying, the guy said that it's already an established rose. We brought it home, planted it. It's been a couple of days, and it's blooming very beautifully. Actually, at the beginning, very, very, very beginning of this video, at the intro, you would have seen one little video of it in the rain. So it's already blooming beautifully, and I think it likes its new home. A couple of people told me I'm very late and I'm not going to find them, so I'm glad I did. I'm glad I didn't give up on searching. All right, let's get to lunch.